On June 24, 2008, our worst fears came true. After having open heart surgery and being on life support for 12 days, we learned that our precious 7-month-old daughter was not going to survive.
My children's father died suddenly last year at the age of only 40. At the time, my kids were 11, 9, and 4. As I searched for ways of helping them deal with their immense loss, one of my coworkers told me about Healing House.
The pain that followed Kate's death was one that I never thought our family would have to endure. And we seemed to be left with many more questions than we had answers.
9.5 years ago, 20 days before my 15th birthday, my father passed away. It was very hard on us all, especially on me, because we were so close.
My husband was diagnosed with a brain tumor. I had no idea the struggles ahead of us. After 2 years, an end to his suffering was near. The toll on my 2 boys of losing their dad at the ages of 12 and 13 would be irreversible.
Many months later, my sons told me they wanted to talk to me about the death of their dad, but felt they couldn't because they didn't want to see me crying.
Meeting after meeting, month after month, and year after year went by. I couldn't get enough. Healing House brought me out of a very dark place. It gave me someone to talk to, and they listened. I don't mean to overplay this place, but for me, it saved my life.
Well, I first realized whenever we went to the hospital to check on her, and she wasn't coming in the car with us.
We didn't know what was going on, and as we were driving away, and Mom and Dad came out the hospital room, Kate wasn't with us, and Dude and I realized Kate wasn't coming home. We weren't going back.
Kate was born with a congenital heart defect, and at 7 months old had to have open heart surgery. The surgery was a little bit more complicated than they anticipated, and her heart was never able to recover.
I asked where my sister was and if she was like sleeping at one of our grandparents or sleeping at the hospital. And my parents kept saying she wasn't here on earth, but she was in heaven.
You know, it was a very difficult time, and we knew that we needed help.
If I hadn't come to Healing House, I would have not been able to talk about Kate like I do now.
The main reason I went to the Hurricane Room is because that is the place that made me most happy, where I could interact with people, and there was like always happiness and people smiling in the Hurricane Room, and that's what was most helpful for me.
Through the dress-up room and the arts and crafts room, we could stop our little world and create our own and pretend that everything just disappeared and we could do whatever we want and just escape for a little while. Healing House is a great way to get back on your feet, to know that it's going to be okay. The experience is great. People know what you're going through. You don't have to go through it alone. It's going to be okay. There are people that will talk about it with you and will help you through it.
Healing House is a special place where children come to heal, a place where loved ones are remembered and hope is found. After 2 decades of providing support to thousands of grieving children across Acadiana, we are embarking on a capital campaign to ensure no child will ever grieve alone. Welcome to our new home, Randon's Place at Healing House. Randon Costello, a daughter, wife, and mother of Catherine, Ella, and Jack, had a contagious smile and a warmth that drew you close to her. She was blessed with grace, love, compassion, kindness, and hope. After her passing at the age of 38, her husband and 3 children found comfort and support at Healing House. Now Randon's Place at Healing House will forever serve as a tribute by her family to her faith in God and her love for others. A place where children's thoughts and feelings matter. A place where normalcy is born again, where love is shared, where kindness and hope is strengthened, where peace becomes reality. Randon was and is an undying gift to those who had the good fortune of knowing her. Our new 2.5-acre property located at 160 South Beetle Road in Lafayette will serve as a refuge for grieving families, with expansive outdoor spaces for families to gather and connect with others grieving the loss of their loved one. The new, larger facility will eliminate our current waiting list, as we more than double the number of grief support groups, providing expanded program areas for specialized support group needs. With several levels of giving and naming opportunities still available, we invite you to join us as we continue our mission of providing hope. To learn more, visit healing-house.org.